Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport. 2024 is about to get underway, so let's start looking at some of the early racing going on in the new year. But before we get to Formula E, WRC, Formula 4 UAE, Formula Regional Middle East, Asian Le Mans Series and whatever else is going on, we have the launch of the 2024 Dakar Rally, still being held over 5,000 miles away from Dakar in Saudi Arabia. But they will stubbornly persist with calling it the Dakar Rally, alienating young fans who will instantly be confused what it has to do with Dakar. I'm not going to complain about the name of the event, any more than I already have. No, today let's just take a quick look at all the classes and all the favourites and see what is going on in the Dakar 2024 Rally and the 2024 World Rally Raid Championship. So make sure you subscribe and let's jump into the video. So I'm not going to go through every runner because there are nearly 400 entries across all 8 classes and there are also classes within classes, so this could end up being a very complicated video. Starting with the quads, the standout has to be Alexandre Giroud. The Frenchman, who is not related to the French footballer Olivier, has won the last 2 Dakar rallies in the quad class and will be eager to make it 3 in a row. Challenging him will be the Argentine riders Manuel Angeda and Francisco Moreno Flores, as well as the Brazilian Marcelo Medeiros. Only 10 entries in this class in 2024, so it's a slim field, and all but one are riding Yamaha Raptor 700Rs. Clearly the popular quad of choice. The one exception is Antanas Kalapkinis on a CF Moto C-Force 1000, and as I like someone who doesn't follow the crowd, I hope Antanas wins the quad class in 2024, but it will probably be Alexandre Giroud. In comparison to the 10 entries in the quad category, there are nearly 150 bikes set to leave Al-Attiyah on the way to Yanbu. Again, previous winners Toby Price and Sam Sunderland have to be the favourites, whilst last year's winner Kevin Benavides can't be discounted. There are a lot of good riders like Ross Branch, Pablo Quintanilla, Sebastian Bueller, plus many more who are very capable taking part in 2024. This could come down to a battle of the energy drinks. Red Bull backed KTM and Gas versus Monster Honda. They have the majority of the best riders. There are a few Hero 450s in the field. Husqvarna have an official factory team entered, and there is representation for Cove, Sherco, Fantic and a sole Yamaha. Bikes are always hard to call ahead of time. 2 wheels makes it more likely someone will fall off and do some damage either to their bike or themselves. If I had to be pushed, Toby Rice rode pretty excellently last year, but I'm going for a shock win for Ross Branch. His bike's going to explode on day 1. I don't know a whole lot about SSVs or why they are split into 2 distinct classes. First, the light prototype Challenger T3 class, that's a lot of bits just to say buggy looking thing. This is a category that's only existed for a few years, and 2 of the previous winners are on the grid in 2024, including last year's winner Austin Jones, who's in a Can-Am Maverick, and Francisco Lopez Contado of Chile, also in a Maverick for the Red Bull backed factory team. Last year's SSV winner Eric Goxel is in a Taurus, and there are recognisable names in Cristina Gutierrez and Chris Meek. A tough class with a lot of top drivers this year. I'm thinking Jones versus Goxel for the win. In the T4 SSV class we have 36 people I have never heard of except Sarah Price, but I'm going for Spaniard Gerard Fares, who did okay in 2023 and could be considered the best of this very small field. There is also the Mission 100 class, no idea what that means. It's mostly about testing alternative fuel sources like full electric and hydrogen. Only 11 mostly older competitors. Winning doesn't really matter, it's not the point of this class, but if I had to pick a winner, I'd pick Oscar Polly on his solar charged electric Takata bike. Another class I won't be picking a winner for is the Classics. Again, winning isn't all that important and it's more about seeing these legendary vehicles take to the dunes once again. Most of the class are in Toyota Land Cruisers and Mitsubishi Pajeros, but there are some more interesting cars out there. A couple of Porsches from a time when Porsche thought they could make a rally car and it turned out they were pretty good at it. There is a Skoda and a Lada, a Peugeot 504 Coupe, which is very pleasant to look at, but my favourite has to be the The Portuguese Alta is an interesting looking vehicle. I can only guess how they came up with the name. I made a truck. That's neat, what are you going to call it? Yeah, sounds great. And the Alta was born. The trucks have another large offering, both in terms of field size and vehicle size. These competitors are taking advantage of the absence of the Russian KAMAZ company because they have dominated this class. Since the year 2000, KAMAZ have won the truck class 18 times, and a selection of Russian drivers have written their name into Dakar lore behind the wheel of the mighty Russian Goliath. But with world events keeping them absent once again, the door is open for someone else to take the win. It was the Iveco driven by Dutchman Jannis van Kasteren that won in 2023. He is back in the De Roy Iveco, looking to defend his crown and take Iveco's 4th win at the event. I've always had a soft spot for the De Roy team, and they have a couple more Ivecos with lady racer Anja van Loon in one, and footballer Marco van Ginkel navigating in another. It's a very mixed class with Praga, Tatra, Ford, Hino, MAN, Renault, Scania, DAF, Volvo and Gnaf, all having mega monsters crossing the dunes at ungodly speeds. I'm backing Ales Lapres in the Praga for a long overdue win. He's been doing this for 17 years without ever winning the event, but I think he can finally follow in his uncle's footsteps and take overall victory. Carol Lapre won the Dakar Rally 6 times, first in a Tatra in 1988 and a final time in 2001. Sadly, he passed away a few years ago, but Alice Lapre is class enough to uphold the family name. Finally, the car category. For many, the most important, but in all honesty, the car class is a mess of very experienced rally raiders in very high-tech equipment of various shapes and sizes. Nasser al-Attiyah has won the last 2 Dakar rallies and has finished in the top 2 at the last 6, which, when you consider what an endurance test for Dakar is, that's almost miraculous. He has changed from Toyota to the ProDrive Hunter, run under his own team, and given the Hunter is yet to taste Dakar success, the job might be a bit harder for Al Nasser in 2024, but he could take a 6th win for his 4th different marquee. Sebastian Loeb is also back in a Hunter and genuinely looked quick last year but ran into a lot of trouble with reliability. There are also plenty of Toyotas in the field. Seth Quintero moves from the light prototypes to the car class and is an interesting addition, alongside former winner Ganil de Villiers, whilst the overdrive Toyota of Yazid Al-Raji cannot be overlooked. M Sport Ford are here as well, Nani Roma and Gareth Woolwich, both be driving Ford Rangers, and of course Audi. This is the final time the Works Audi team will be competing in the Dakar for now, and I think they'll win. Probably Matthias Ekstrom, but given Stefan Petter Hansel has won 14 Dakar rallies on bike and in car, and Carlos Sainz is also a previous winner, then it could be any of them. With Audi joining Formula 1 in 2026, they have a lot on their plate, but it's still a shame they're canning the Dakar operations. Even more surprising is the significant upgrade this car has had from last year, and it makes it a tough race to call with a lot of top drivers in serious works and customer entries. Matthias Ekstrom for Audi ahead of Nasser al-Attiyah and a shockingly good Seth Quintero is my prediction for the 2024 Dakar Rally. So that was a look at all the classes going off on the 2024 Dakar Rally in Saudi Arabia in the next couple of days or so. As I said, I can't look at everyone because we'll be here all week, but there are just some of the main runners and riders taking part this year. Anyone you feel I have left out, let me know your predictions down below. Make sure you subscribe for more motorsport. Thank you very much for watching and have a good one.